Speaking of parents and children, you talk a little bit about make believe in this book, and it reminded me of how much research there's been lately about the role that play and playing has in maturation and understanding. And most kids seem to be pretty good at believing something without believing it too intensely, right? They can play pirates and then stop, and they can believe in Santa Claus, but later just let that go. Why don't most adults have the same capacity when it comes to their religious figures or their political views or their belief in the self? Why can't they play with it and make believe and then just let it go, the same as kids seem to be able to do?
Yeah. Well, kids can and can't. See, there's a world that kids still stuck into, right? The make believe world, they know is make believe because they're making it up. Okay, they know they're doing that, right? You and I did it when we were kids. You know what I'm saying? We knew that the cardboard box wasn't really a fort. You know what I'm saying? But we made it a fort or whatever. We made it like I had a one of my assistants way back, right? He was talking about when we were talking about this issue. He said, "Oh yeah, I remember. We were playing a game where a certain area of the yard was molten lava." And we were like, in the trees and doing this and that, like that, whatever, pirates, whatever, And then mom walked out and she walked into the molten lava. And he said, and I like went, "Oh, no, you can't do it. You're going to get hurt." Right. See? And so, like, for a moment there, see, it was like real for him that mom, no, it's the molten lava. See? Like, he made it real because the more real you make it, the more you're living in that reality and you're having hopefully some fun, you know because there isn't really molten lava there. In any case, but then adults, like I did. Did you take this from the Book of Not Knowing or from what are we talking?
There was a section on make believe in the Suffering book.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Anyway, I got so it's like I say, kittens. You ever watch kittens play when they're little kittens, right? What do? They fight a lot. Okay, they roll around, they jump, they fight, they rest. They do this stuff. And what are cats good at? Fighting. You see what I'm saying? Jumping, moving. I mean, when a cat jumps up on a table, they don't jump and then clunk on the table. They jump right on the table, right on the table, right? You and I, we would clunk on the table, okay? But they just go, whoop. It's like that. Anyway, they learn that skill as a child. And so what do humans do mostly? Conceptual. We live in a conceptual social world or a social conceptual world, say primarily. Yeah. And so what do we got to get good at? Make believe. Say concept, making shit up, believing stuff. Say, so as kids, they're playing with it, playing with it, playing with it. But then as they go adults, say, this is the real one, this is the real one, and then it stops for the most part. Yeah. See, but as kids, they're learning. They have to learn. As adults, we don't have to learn. I mean, it's nice if we do, but we don't have to. We just have to survive.
Thanks for watching. If you want to get more serious and get involved, check the links in the description, and we'll see you there.